guys, I hope your day is going great. Today we are going to be finishing decorating this tree. I have been looking at this tree half lit for way too long and it is time to finish it. But first I gotta run over to my mom's. She ordered me a pair of shoes and they came in the mail, so I gotta go try those on. I'm gonna bring my dogs so they can play with my mom's dog. They love seeing each other and running around in the backyard. And then we are going to come home and finish lighting this tree, put a tree topper on, fluff out the skirt all nicely, and put some ornaments on it. And I'll share with you some tips that kind of run through my head as I'm decorating a tree. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently this year than I normally do. I'm just kind of feeling a little bit less is more this year. I feel like a lot of people are feeling that way. So let's run over to my mom's, let the dogs play, and then we'll get back to decorating for Christmas.
Kiwi, you ready to go to Grandma's? Yeah?
Right now I'm standing in the corner. I see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing oh, everybody's singing oh. I don't know what it is about you. It must be in the way you move.
Well, I just got back from my mom's house and the shoes are nice. I really like them. They kind of remind me of the feel of like those rubber gloves that some people buy to do dishes. They're like a super flexible rubber material. So if it's really cold out, I will definitely have to wear some thick socks with them. They are the Bogs brand. People have recommended either the Bogs or the Muck boots for just good kind of everyday outside chore boots. So I thought I would try them. I really like this color. I have a ton of things that are this like sage color, and they will definitely come in handy in the spring when we get chickens.
You're keeping me on. Yeah, I'm strapped in, stuck in a song you can't turn off. Like a merry-go-round, my head is spinning. I see you rapping about, I'm sure as hell not.
Lit up, I put the topper on. Our ceilings are only like slightly under 8 feet and this is a 7.5 foot tree, so we didn't have room to actually put a traditional topper on that would go above the tree. It would just smash against the ceiling and wouldn't look right. So what we did instead was use this beautiful star ornament that I had and just lashed it to that top branch right there. In addition to the normal white lights on here, I also put a 40-foot strand of fairy lights that I got off Amazon that's plug-in, and it just adds a little bit of extra twinkle. And then that way I was able to work it around the tree topper too. And that is why I put the tree topper on and then the fairy lights. And now the next step is to put garland, or if you're gonna put ribbon on it, this would be the time to do that now. So I have these two garlands here. I'm not gonna put ribbon on this year. I don't know if I'm gonna use this garland or not. It's very pretty, but I'm not really going for the blue color this year, but it's very subtle, so I might use this. I'm definitely gonna use this, and I might have to make more. I think I will have to make more of these. I'll have to bust out my beads and stuff that are down in the basement. And then I bought these at Hobby Lobby the other day. It's just really pretty, rusty colors, red, green, brown, and those are going to tie in this year's theme. So I didn't have money to go out and buy all new Christmas decorations. Who really does? But I wanted to incorporate red into my theme this year, but I don't have any ornaments that are red because red usually isn't one of my colors. So instead of buying all new ornaments, I just brought in pops of red that'll just bring in that little bit of color that I'm looking for this year.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb.
And there you have it. I have finished decorating my tree. All I need to do is make maybe one more of those wood bead garlands. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I think it looks beautiful the way that it is. And before I close out this video, I wanted to give you some tips on how to get your tree to look something like this. Number one, pick a theme. I know it can be very easy to just use the same ornaments year after year and do the same thing you've always done, but I feel like that is such a good way to not get yourself motivated to decorate for Christmas. I wouldn't want to decorate the same way every single year either. I went through my bins here, this bin and even this bin. This is my very fragile ornaments, and these are my, you know, cheaper ornaments or ornaments that aren't as fragile. And I set aside ornaments that fit my color palette, and I put the other ones back in the bin. Not to say that I'll never use them again, because I probably will. If you have a color theme, you can get your tree to look a lot more cohesive, and it'll really give it that wow factor. But if I had to give you one tip to walk away from, to implement on your tree to make it look gorgeous, is every single ornament on your tree, make sure that it is freely hanging. As you can see here, every single ornament is free to swing. There's nothing prohibiting any of these ornaments. And that's what gives the tree movement. It just looks so much more natural, and like I said, it gives it movement. So if there's one thing that you implement this year on your own tree, is make sure that all of your ornaments are free to swing, free to move, which that is really easy to do if you have an artificial tree, because you can just, you know, manipulate the branches since they're made out of wire and just kind of, you know, move them out of the way so your ornament is free to hang. If you have a real tree, don't be afraid to get the pruners out and, you know, shape the tree into what you want it. If you know you want a big ball to hang in one spot, you know, clip a branch out to make a big opening for it. If you know you want, you know, an icicle to hang on the edge, but other branches below it prohibiting it, snip them off. Don't be afraid to move things around a bit, and don't be afraid to try things in different spots too. If you put something somewhere and it doesn't look quite right, take it off, try it on a different branch, try it until you like it. That goes for garlands too. I was playing with the garland a lot, kept taking it on and off until it sat just right, and the key is to make sure too that that is free to swoop naturally, and there's nothing, no branches that it's sitting on. It gives it a very unnatural feel. And another tip that I have for you is put ornaments in the middle of the tree. It's very tempting just to hang ornaments right on the edge of a branch and call it good, but reach your arm in there, get into the center of the tree by the trunk, and put ornaments in there too. It'll give it a very dimensional feel. And another thing is make sure you use ornaments of all shapes and sizes. You want texture, you want color, you want dimension with your shapes. And you know, as you see, I have icicle, very classic icicles. I've got round balls. I have more ornate shapes. I have some snowflakes on there. So really play around with different colors and textures, shapes and sizes. It'll really add dimension to your tree. And last tip I have for you is set aside some of your ornaments in your color palette and put them in another place in your house. Hang them from the ceiling, swag a garland over the top of your windows and hang them from the garland. Or in my case, as you guys will see, hopefully in the next video, when we do our chandelier above our table, I am going to be hanging some of the bigger icicles that I have off of that. And the last tip is don't feel obligated to use all of your ornaments. I was planning on putting the rest of these ornaments on the tree, but I felt like the tree was done, so I didn't. You know, I'll find another use for those, or they will just go back in the box in the basement to be used another year. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me decorating my Christmas tree, and I would love to see your Christmas trees. Tag me on Instagram. I'll put all that in the description below. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Love ya. Bye.